What's going on, folks? Ted from Immersion here, and some news came out while I was over at Gen Con last week, and I just missed it. And I'm coming across on a bunch of news, so let us dive into that. First up, which I think I'll just do multiple videos, that way it kind of hits the right people. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, but Wizards got rid of Dragon Plus magazine. So, for those of you who don't know, you might have seen me do reviews and things like that in the past. Dragon Plus magazine was supposed to be the spiritual successor to Dungeon and Dragon magazine. It failed at that immensely, in my opinion. It was largely an advertisement, less so than the magazine, where again, if you get an opportunity to go back and either buy physical copies or find online old versions of Dungeon or Dragon magazine, I highly recommend you do so, because you'll see that like they would just get creators of the game or designers to just make up brand new content that would exist in there, or fill in the gaps or adjust different things. It was a really cool concept, and it unfortunately went the way of pretty much most magazines. As someone who is a fan of those magazines, as wish I had been a fan of them earlier so I could have gotten them when I was younger, someone a fan of Nintendo Power and all these other kind of magazines, watching them go away, I get why. I understand that we live in a digital world now, but it still sucks. Anyway, let's read the article here. So this came out on the 5th of August, so this was right as Gen Con was getting underway. The online magazine Dragon Plus is no more. The digital magazine by marketing agency Dialect in collaboration with WotC has folded after 41 issues. The last issue was published in April, which I was curious because I remember seeing it come back out in April and we hadn't heard anything. And I just assumed that I missed it, but I guess that's why we haven't had anything for the past 4 months. With a brief update published on July 20th that confirmed the end of the digital magazine, we're incredibly proud of Dragon Plus's success in reaching audiences through its app space as well as DragonMag.com, wrote Bart Carroll. However, as we evolve D&D's presence online, we've decided that Dragon Plus 41 will be the final issue we're publishing in the current format. WotC and Dialect launched Dragon Plus as a successor to the long-running Dragon magazine that came to an end back in, or at least back, they launched it in 2015. The magazine featured reviews and interviews with Wizards of the Coast designers, segments on lore, and previews of upcoming books. It also had segments focusing on D&D streams and material published on the DM's Guild. It appears that some of the features planned for Dragon Plus was migrated to D&D Beyond, which Wizards of the Coast purchased earlier this year. I guess that would explain some of the articles and things we saw there. A lengthy article focused on the writers of Journey Through the Radiant Citadel appeared on D&D Beyond last month and was written by Dragon Plus editor-in-chief Matt Chapman. D&D Beyond also hosted near-daily previews of Spelljammer's adventure in space, providing detailed looks at playable races and monsters found in the book. While Dragon Plus has folded, WotC plans to make several major announcements about the future of D&D at the first ever Wizards Presents stream, which again, I imagine this is going to be a thing we'll see going forward. I didn't even notice that this brief update. Yeah, I guess this came out back in July, and it's interesting that, like, myself, comicbook.com, nobody caught this till, like, last week. But anyway, here's the announcement, basically saying, yeah, that's the end of Dragon Plus magazine. I'll say I don't know if they're going to delete back issues of Dragon Plus magazine. There was some cool stuff, trinket tables and things of that nature, some maps and whatnot, so it may be worth your time to go back and look at the old issues of Dragon Plus, and then if you're able to download them or screen capture or what have you, get access to those things before they're gone, because if it's anything like WotC's old super utilized Dungeons and Dragons forum, they can just decide to cancel it, and then it's gone forever, and what are you going to do? So anyway, unfortunately, this is a little bit of sad news. I hate to break it to you, but here we are. So anyway, folks, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.